Hello, we're back on our next step of making our sauerkraut. And I wanted to show you I've got it all cut up and in my dish pan. This is how full it is. Now, we weighed the head of cabbage and it was about 10 pounds. So this is a 10-pound head of cabbage. And I've got my salt ready that we're going to add to it and my jar ready to pack it in. I actually have the 2 jars ready because I think we're going to have more than 1 jar full. So what we have to do next is we're going to add our salt. And I adjusted the measurement on the recipe that I gave you to the website online to equal for the 10 pounds of head of cabbage. So what we have to do is we have to put some salt on. I'm not going to put it all in because I've got to massage it in. I'm just going to get it started because I can't hold the camera and massage it really good. But I can already start feeling moisture where the salt has hit the cabbage. And I did want to go over a couple things I found when I was cutting up the cabbage. That in order to slice it thin, once you get to the middle of the head of cabbage, you have to turn the cabbage different directions because it's wrapped tighter in the middle and you'll just get little chunks if you just kept doing that. Now I'm going to add a little bit more salt and keep working on this. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to introduce you to the guy who came up with this idea. Who said, hey, doesn't this sound like fun? And it's something to do, and I agreed. I like cabbage. He likes cabbage. My whole family and his family like cabbage. And we had enough of it, thanks to Deb, who had a wonderful garden this year. And so we're giving it a try. Now I'm going to turn you over to him a little bit and finish mixing this up. And once it's all mixed up, it's going to take me about 5-10 minutes. Then I'll come back and we'll start packing it in the jars. So here's Dick. He's going to tell you all about his brainstorm ideas.
Hello, this is R.G. Blowers. I got R.G. Blowers Homestead. That's where you're going to learn about what we do. And what I've been doing, you can see that I'm in a wheelchair. I'm kind of disabled, but I don't let that stop me. But I've learned so much from one book that I read years ago, The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. I highly recommend everybody get that book and read it and listen to it. My daughter put it on an audiobook, so it just reads it to me. I lay in bed, it runs for 9 hours, and it'll teach you everything about life, about health and what you eat. And I used to weigh 296 pounds. I was obese, I was big. And I finally decided, after I got sick, I thought I better start doing something to change my life. So I totally quit eating sugar. And I totally eaten, I listened to so many doctor tapes on how to eat and what not to eat. And this cabbage is the perfect food to live healthy. The only thing in it is cabbage and salt, and not much salt. And you can go on YouTube on different channels and type in how to make sauerkraut, and it teaches you how to do it. And Deb went online on her phone, and she got the exact recipe that we're using. So that's what we're doing here. And there's so many other sites that I've learned. Greg Hunter, he's got usawatchdog.com. This guy is telling the truth. He's got the Friday weekly news wrap-up. That's on Friday. On Saturday night, he's got another guest speaker that comes on there. And you can go back in his archives and listen to some of these. He brings on the doctors and the economists, and he tells it what's coming in the world. And it's just kind of scary. So and another site I go to is Bo Pony at Bopolny. That's on YouTube. And he's an analyst of time. He's using the Daniel timeline, what God says is coming, and it's kind of scary. And he said you need to prepare and preserve food, and that's what we're doing with this cabbage. Debbie put a big garden last spring. We cleaned out our chicken coop and had my friend rototill the garden. It's just abundant garden this summer. We had tomatoes and peppers and squash and cabbage and raspberries and strawberries. So you can raise a big garden. It's awesome. So.
Okay, I'm going to let you go now and get back to my work, and we'll come back with the next step shortly.